We come to you today live from the Mie Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen so many title deciders through the years, some simple, some controversial, but all contributing to a legacy that makes the Japanese Grand Prix an indispensable stop in any Formula One season. 18 corners make up a lap of the incredible figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit with 10 to the right and 8 to the left for a distance of 3.6 miles. Average lap speeds around here are fairly quick, and if it stays dry, expect it somewhere in the region of 136 miles per hour. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, and Norris. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Mick Schumacher, Hamilton, Bottas, and Lance Stroll. Russell, Red, Sebastian Vettel, and Latifi. Joe, Magnussen, they've taken a grid penalty. Esteban Ocon, and Carlos Sainz. Verstappen, and Yuki Tsunoda. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn one?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn one as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car. We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Look after these tyres now, and want to finish the race on this compound. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
That's it then for another fantastic Grand Prix here in Japan. A brilliant victory that has thoroughly earned the applause of the sellout crowd here today. Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. So let's review the drivers' standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. So let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for your driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz would be my first choice for this race. He had excellent race stamina, giving him the opportunity to charge through the ranks.
Let's move on to the constructors. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. Been an absolutely wild... one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself, 14 miles southeast of the city centre, has been home to the US Grand Prix since 2012, the latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and turn 12 at this anti-clockwise track. It's 3.6 miles long, and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Zhou, Norris, Magnussen, Red, and Esteban Ocon. Hamilton, Perez, they've taken a grid penalty. Lance Stroll and Bottas. Tsunoda, Ricciardo, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Sebastian Vettel and Pierre Gasly. Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. It's just about time to go to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Natalie Pinkham, what types of strategy do you think we can expect going into today's race?
Well, there's a lot that both driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. The tyres, fuel, energy recovery system, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on worn tyres.
Got to give that position. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. It looks critical. Find somewhere to retire as soon as possible. We can't risk you carrying on with this race, I'm afraid. I repeat, find somewhere to retire the car immediately. It's too dangerous to stay on track.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari. So let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. Let's focus on driver of the day, Natalie Pinkham. Come on. Who do you pick?
It's got to be Valtteri Bottas, a commanding performance that I think had the audience's eyes glued to him for the majority of the race.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way towards the top.
Regulations are changing. There's a risk some of our hard work will be undone.